So here in this video, we're asked to solve a squared plus 8a plus 15, right? A squared plus 8a plus 15. So the first thing I would want to do is to write out this equation and equate it to 0. So the equation I was given is a squared plus 8a plus 15. So the first thing I would do is to equate it to 0, right? You should know that this is a quadratic equation. And why is it a quadratic equation? It is a quadratic equation because the highest power of the unknown variable here is a square, right? It is the power of 2 is a square. So this is a quadratic equation. So I would want to use factorization method, right? So to factorize, I would look for the factors of 15, right? Such that when I multiply the factors, I will have 15. And when I add the factors, I will have 8, right? So what are the factors of 15 that you know? 15. So the factors of 15 that I know are 1 times 15, right? 1 times 15 will give you 15, right? What other factor of 15 do you know? 3 times 5, right? 3 times 5 will give us what? 15. So these are the only factors of 15. 1 times 5 will give you 15. 3 times 5 will also give you 15. So again, we are to look for the factors of 15 such that when we multiply the factors, we are going to have 15. And when we add the factors, we'll have 8. So 1 times 15 will give us 15, right? 1 plus 15 will give us 16. So this will not work. 3 times 5 will give us 15. 3 plus 5 will give us 8. So this is the factor that works very well for this equation. These are the factors that work well for this equation, right? So having gotten the right factors, I will replace this 8a with these factors, all right? So this will be a squared plus, so instead of me to write this 8a, I will write the factors, right? Plus 3a plus what? 5a plus this 15 that I have here, 15 equal to what? 0, right? So these 3a and 5a are the factors that we got. So 3a plus 5a will give us what? 8a. So you can see that this equation and this equation is the same. All right. So again, I'm going to write out this equation, right? So the equation that I have here is a squared plus 3a plus 5a plus 15 equal to 0, right? So the next thing I would do is to group the equation, is to group them into 2. So I'll come here, open a bracket and close the bracket. So I've grouped this. I'll come here, open a bracket and close the bracket. I have grouped my equation into 2, right? So the next thing I will do is to factorize, each of the groups. So looking at this, I have a squared plus 3a. What is common between a squared plus 3a? The common factor here is what? A. So I'll come here, write a, and open a bracket. So what will remain here? It will be a, right? Plus, what will remain here will be 3. A times a will give me a squared. A times 3 will give me 3a, right? So this expression and this expression are the same. So what I did here was to factorize this expression, look for the common factor here and bring it out of the bracket and then write what is remaining inside. And that is what I've done here. Plus, what is common between 5a and 15? It is 5, right? So I'll come here and write 5, open a bracket. What will remain here? It will be a plus what? What will remain here? It will be 3, because 15 divided by 5 will give us what? 3. So it will be 3, right? Equal to 0. And remember, whatever you have within this bracket must be equal to what you have within this bracket. So here I have a plus 3. Here is also a plus 3. That means that we are correct. We're in line, right? So having done this, the next thing I will do is to pick what is outside the bracket and also pick what is inside the bracket and equate to 0. So what we have outside the bracket is a plus 5 equal to 0, right? So that will be a plus 5 equal to 0, or I'll pick what is inside the bracket. A plus 3 equal to what? 0, or a plus 3 equal to what? 0. So a plus 5 equal to 0. A cannot be added to 5, right? They are not like terms. So I will take this 5, this plus 5 to the other side of the equation. And when this 5 crosses, it becomes minus 5. So this will now be a is equal to 0. When this plus 5 crosses, it becomes what? Minus 5. So that will be 0 minus 5, or a is equal to 0. When this plus 3 crosses, becomes what? Minus 3, right? So my a will be equal to 0 minus 5 will give me minus 5, or a is equal to 0 minus 3 will give me what? Minus 3. So this is my answer to this equation. A is equal to minus 5 or minus 3, right?